Sup guys, I'm Matt Mace and I want to talk about an article that I came across. It's about a statement from Pete Hines, the PR and marketing dude from Bethesda Softworks, the company behind Skyrim, Doom, Fallout and so on, about fanbase, criticism and so. The statement reads, "He's well aware of a critical fanbase but won't let the dissenting voices influence the publisher's plans with the likes of Skyrim, Fallout and Doom." And there is also right above it, "Bethesda will not let fans' complaints and criticism define what games it works on or releases." Now, in my opinion, it's understandable when a company says that they cannot jump and, do everything that the critics say and that fans say that they would like to see to happen in the game, every changes that they would like to see in the game, and everything that they want to see in the game. But I don't think that it's a good idea to go against your fan base or against people in general who you want to sell your product to or service to by saying that their criticism and complaints won't really change anything. Because that is pretty much what I think could be interpreted from what he said. Because there are three types of criticisms or complaints: objective, subjective and useless. The objective one is like when someone says that the textures are not good, the frame rate is not good, the game is unstable, it keeps crashing, the screen keeps tearing. That's an objective one. You could use that and it helps you to improve, or it may help you to improve if you apply it. Subjective one is like, I don't like this skin of the weapon, I don't like this code, simply something that you personally don't like or like, but it doesn't really affect the game in any way. Then there is this useless, like the game graphics suck, the gameplay sucks, and everything about the game sucks. You can go through the entire article, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna post the link to it into the description. But let's get over some comments that I think have a good point. This is a quotation out of the article. "Aren't just a vending machine where you press for the soda and they just go back and forth. They want to be able to stretch their legs creatively or try a new idea or do something different and not just fall into the same pattern. What the hell is this guy on about? They would prefer to rehash Skyrim indefinitely and you are okay with letting them?" Then the comment right under it, "Yep, like most PR, this statement contradicts reality where Skyrim has consistently rehashed for every platform available, or the one where Skyrim was just an Oblivion reskin with new menus. Well, as long as the games are enjoyed, Todd, Pete can speak without consequence." This comment is, well, I see what he tries to say, but he doesn't really word it well, I guess. So he basically says, "I will not make the product my customers want most. I don't want their money. I will make other games. They will sell less, and I'm very okay with this. Because I am doing something different. I am different. I'm an alien." I think that he's pointing at the fact that sometimes you hear this, "I want to make what I want to make." Well, to that I can pretty much only say that if you want someone to buy your product, your service, you're gonna have to listen to their advice, suggestions, opinions. Because if you don't, it's quite likely that you won't sell anything or very little, and that won't keep you above the water. This is what I mean by objective criticism and complaints. I mean, a lot of complaints I've seen are outdated graphics engine, combat needs tightening, they need to stop relying on Skyrim releases, and drop the Creation Club. Feels like maybe things Bethesda should be listening to. This guy made a really good point and I'm gonna elaborate on it. Okay, I might get contra on this one, but it's essentially Elder Scrolls with another setting in combat. The argument that they want to stretch their legs is a bit silly. If they would make the next Elder Scrolls a pure hack and slash or any other genre they never have done before, then I would understand it. But we know that it will be kinda the same game experience with some tweaks and a new setting. But in its core, it will be the same sandbox experience they always do. Unlike Guerrilla Games, which made first-person shooters and went to open-world action RPG. And what is the last statement that other studios do it too? Is that an attempt to justify why they are so arrogant nowadays? Also, we have The Last of Us and 2 new Uncharted games counting The Lost Legacy as a full game here. So what's the point of the argument here? This is like the childish excuse. He did it too! As if that was supposed to justify your actions. I think that there has to be this balance maintained when on one side people's voices will be heard and on the other side the company will stay true to what they want their product service to be like, but at the same time they will apply the feedback that they get from their fan base, from people they're trying to sell the product to. Because otherwise a good product, a good service can end up being really bad, and vice versa. A really bad product or a service can end up being really good just by applying the pointers that the people give to the company. And of course, the company shouldn't just scratch any progress that they've made on a game that they are already working on, but I think that they should just release some footage, something continuously, so that people will see and will tell them that, okay, this I don't think is really good and this is good, tweak this, change this, adjust this, stuff like that, you know. Because there are games that have been released and for a long time after the release it took a really long time until they got to a playable state. I don't know if I'm gonna add anything about this in this video, so make your own opinion about it. Like this video if you agree with it and like it. If you want to support this channel, subscribe and maybe share this video. Shall we meet in the next videos? Bye.